Welcome back. Week 22, workout 3. It's a Thursday. It feels like a Wednesday. I said it a couple times. I'm all thrown off by the whole delay. But this week went by really fast. I can't believe it's already Thursday. I think it felt faster because, like, work-wise, I didn't work on Monday because I was summoned for jury selection. Not really jury duty yet, but yeah, so my week was stunted a little bit. But anyway, shoulders today, mainly, and then a little bit of chest in there. I feel good. I still feel pretty good. You know, I've been waking up early, kind of going to bed late, so I'm roughly 6.5 hours of sleep. And it's towards the end of the day. I'm exhausted, but I'm not very sleepy. I don't know what's going on, because the past couple of days I've been getting a little bit less sleep, which is not good for recovery, for everything. It's not good. But I feel better. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so I'm still working on my whole life, everything, every day. But, you know, the couple things I'm pretty good at is consistently hitting the gym, hitting my macros. My diet's pretty solid. Yeah, I just ordered like 15 cans of beans because that's my main carbohydrate source is beans because it has some fiber and protein as well. And I don't really think the volume is compared to like white potatoes is better. I actually think it could be worse because when you look at a can of beans and they say, oh, it's 15 ounces for this can of beans, and if you compare that weight of beans compared to the same weight in potatoes, I think the beans have a little bit less carbs, right? So you can eat more weight, actually not volume, but more weight of food compared to the potato. But that weight for the can of beans is including the water, which is kind of weird because stuff like tuna actually has drained weight for the nutrition facts and stuff. So, you know, like if I drain the water out of my beans, which I do and everyone probably should, then the weight is reduced by like 150 or 200 grams. So, you know, then if you use that, it gets tricky because then when I put it into my phone, I still have to put in the weight with the water for tracking the nutrition, right? Oh, there's a cute little kid. Excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, life is pretty good. Things are good. You know, slowly improving every day, trying to balance out life and enjoy life. You know, everyone needs their own kind of life philosophy, what they think is important to kind of drive their actions, drive their day-to-day life, right? Because it's not about 10-year goals or 5-year goals even. It's about what are you doing today, what are you doing tomorrow, right? And having a driver for that is really important. And it's a work in progress. You know, my values have significantly changed on what I think is important, my view on life, how I act, how I behave, what I think is appropriate, what I do, what I won't do anymore, what I will do now that I haven't done before, all that stuff. Changed very significantly actually since my last breakup. I was like, maybe I need a new view on life. And I can say I think I'm better off now. But anyway, this is getting kind of long. Yeah, we're here doing shoulder press. I have the seat a little bit lower this time, almost all the way low. So I'm experimenting with that a little bit. That way, when I start the rep, I'm really starting higher up.
Respect,
thank you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I love the gym. That's gonna be my new homie, I swear. So, anyway, yeah, you know, music too. If you're watching this and you happen to be someone that listens to a lot of music, send me some music. I'm always listening to new music because I listen to it quite often and I get sick because I'll listen to the good music and then I get sick of it because I only find a few good songs that I personally like. So I'm consistently cycling through, you know, like the power blues, I might call it, where it's like the Led Zeppelin, even the Black Keys, the old Black Keys stuff, and then I'll go into like alternative rock stuff, right, where it's like Cage the Elephant, like older stuff, right. Afro beats, I'm always into that stuff. I'm trying to kind of do global music, right, where I'll find countries or continents that people might not think of and say, what artists are coming from there, you know. Let me listen to some stuff from like South Africa in the 1960s, something like that, right? Anyway, so right now I'm really listening to a lot of soundtracks because of my bodybuilding show, I want to get this, kind of orchestral music ingrained in my head when I'm working out, so I can imagine my posing routine when I'm listening to it and really get in touch with the connection, because my goal is to make at least 4 people who aren't related to me cry when I do my posing routine, right? I want that powerful music, and I want the posing to really, it's a dance. It's like almost ballet in a way, right? You know what I mean? It's you can tell a story with your posing, almost like dancing. A little bit more difficult with the wheelchair. I'm limited with what I can do, but I'm gonna try. So anyway, that's my intro, right? Every day I do an intro where I chat, and I swear if this, isn't getting my audio. I did an audio test, so it should be good. But okay, so we're doing 130 pounds. I warmed up already. I'm probably a little bit cooled down again by now, but that's okay. Let me zoom out just a pinch. And I don't know how much to go for, right? Because I hid the reps from last week in my notes, so I don't know what I should be doing, which is good because I should be doing 3 reps in reserve, irrespective of my performance last week. So I'm gonna get this, the Dark Knight Rises going. Ooh, there we go. Feels powerful. It almost makes me emotional. 3 reps in reserve. Alright, that was 13. Felt like 3 in reserve. So I'm gonna call it 3 in reserve. And then that's it for this little clip. I will see you. Good, look at this. My blonde is coming through. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next workout. Alright, well I didn't actually check the audio, so it may very well be that none of these videos have audio. Anyway. Shoulder lateral raise, the classic. This chair out of the way. Honestly, this chair it's tough to have the wheelchair out of the way, but still within reach. Not tough, but you gotta do it right, I guess. Which, yeah, can be tough. Anyway, let's do a couple things I'm grateful for. Yesterday, one of my long friends came to visit Colorado. We hung out, haven't seen him in a year or more, 2 years maybe, so really grateful for seeing him and having friends like that. Elijah, what's up, bro? My brother, I'm using his tripod. I basically took it from him. He wasn't actively using it, so I can't say it's unjustified or really much of a sacrifice on his end, but still grateful just for that, mutual living with your bro. And it's like, hey man, you want to wear my watch? You got a fancy date? Sure. You need some cologne? Sure. Hey, you want to borrow this shirt? Can I borrow this shirt? You got some socks, you know what I mean? It's like having a brother, having a sister. You share stuff. But, it's nice to have that. And then also, third, third is the weather. As much as I kind of don't like Denver and Colorado, the weather's pretty good. Very sunny all the time. Helps with not being depressed compared to Michigan. Fourth is money. Boy. Competing in bodybuilding is not cheap. I mean, I'm probably saving money on food because I'm in a calorie deficit and I don't buy eggs at all in any form. So, I'm probably saving decent money on food, but still it's the flights and the hotels for the shows and everything. And then if anyone comes to see me, then they're paying for flights and hotels as well. So it gets, for me to have my mom and my dad and me, 3 people, go to my bodybuilding show for Boise, Idaho. It's like maybe on average $180 round trip flight each of us, on average. And then hotel cost for like 2 to 3 nights, so average that out. It's about $200 each. So then 180 plus 200 is 380 times 3 Plus, my mom and dad have to buy a ticket to enter the show to like be a viewer, you know. And then there's the food. Now, food does and doesn't count because I'm gonna eat food anyway. But if we go out to dinner, then there's that. However, I probably won't because 1 week later, after that show, I'm gonna go to Toronto and compete again. It's another flight and hotel cost. Not super expensive, but still, it's there. So it's gonna kind of suck, but yeah, I'm gonna be competing back to back 1 week apart. So as soon as I'm done with the show, there's no time to, you know, chill and appreciate my progress, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I'm done with that, move on, next step, right? There's no time to, how do you call it? You know, just, I don't know the words for this. I don't really do it. You know, just kind of sit in your achievements and appreciate it and take some time to, I guess, reflect or something like that. I don't know. Let's do this real quick. Should I zoom out? I'll zoom out. I try to get the camera lined up as center as possible, especially when it's this fisheye lens. Otherwise it would be pretty distorted one way or another. Need a haircut too. I got that fashion show coming up May 12th. It's May 1st. So, haircut soon. Alright, it's 12. It felt pretty good. I'm gonna end it here. Alright, going for a different view here because in the cinematic universe of Cosmo working out, we'd like to, you know, play around with the angles and, you know, the camera. Like, I'm a director. What do you want? I'm walking here. I'm like, you know, the director guys. I can't think of anyone's name. Dang. Whatever. Yeah, we're rear lateral raise now. Doing this directly after the normal lateral raise because the weights are already out. Same weight, 35 pounds. So we're doing it. Let's do it. Back up a little bit. I look all right. Kind of silly. It's kind of silly when I lean over from a certain angle. But all right. Wow, 11. My feet collapsed together, which is not good at all. I hate when that happens. Like, I don't like to use that word, but I don't like when that happens at all. I need to put something there, keep them from closing in. Ruins my balance and everything. But all right, 2 more sets. I'm going to wrap this up, and then we'll move on to the kind of second muscle group of this workout, which is chest. So, yeah, chest. Okay, we're on to the chest portion now for today's workout. I had to fix the eyeballs on my little guy on my phone case. Yeah, some flies. There we go. I don't know. Not much to say. I like to have a little something to talk about before every set. Just it helps clear my mind. I feel like I'm talking to someone and maybe someone listens. I know my dad does, my mom, a couple others for sure. Yeah, making good time for this workout though. I'm doing some shorter breaks in between. It slightly affects my performance, but not too much. I think the hoodie, this is a thick hoodie. This thing is dense. It's keeping me pretty warm, maybe too warm, I don't know. I might take it off for bench press. Actually, I might keep it on. Make sure I don't start with the bench too cold. My right pec has a twinge in it from something, I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. Can't think of anything to talk about, so that's when we start to work out, I guess. It helps because it feels like I'm not alone in the gym. You know, because like in between sets, I would talk to a friend or hang out with a buddy, or, you know, something like that. So it kind of feels like that, where I can just kind of, because there's two ways of talking to people, right? One is where you're talking to someone you don't really know, so you are a little bit more reserved. The other is you're talking to your best friend ever. You know, they know everything about you, so you can just start talking about something, and there's the context it already exists, right? I can say, oh yeah, man, you know, like I'm feeling pretty tired with this calorie deficit, and you know, I'm eating a lot of fish today because I didn't cook any chicken recently, and you know, that makes sense. If I say that to someone on the street, they might be like, what's wrong with this guy? So there's that, but then there's also, if I'm talking to somebody who knows nothing, like talking to nobody who can be anybody, I can say anything. It's anybody, in a way, if that makes sense. Like if I'm talking to myself, I'm basically talking to myself. So, I can say whatever I want. But yeah, okay, so 155 pounds. Making my head straight. I really want to fix my neck posture. I think it's terrible. I can't record it. Let me get my music going, actually. I'm tired now. Pre-workout wore off, I guess. Yes. Well, 13 with a beautiful face. I do not even try to hide my workout face from the camera. I go full. Yeah. Okay. Looks like I got more last time. It doesn't show me the number because the cell is too small for Excel, but it's red. Anyway. That probably makes no sense to like anybody but my coach. What up, coach? Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll see you at bench. Yo. What is going on, guys? It's your boy. I'm back. It's been a couple minutes for me, but it's been like an instantaneous moment for you. Speaking of moments, I've been thinking a lot about how fleeting these moments are. You know, as soon as something arrives, it goes. Just about. Depends on what it is, but the thing that got me thinking about this is food. That's all I think about. That's all I look at all day on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram all day, but you know what I mean. So, you know, I love to eat food, good food. And when you deprive yourself of something, you kind of yearn for it more. Because I've never cared much about food and what I eat. I've never cared for good food. I don't care to go to restaurants. I just do my basic meal prep. I eat. I go for ease. I go for, you know, food quality, ease of cooking it, ease of cleaning it, and, you know, good enough. I've never cared for really baking for an hour, cooking for an hour. I want to make it fast. I want to make it good and eat it well. So now I think about food all the time, and now I think about, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to buy all this stuff, and I probably won't. But when I eat my food these days, I really try to savor the moment of eating. I'm like, you know, I try to be really present, really taste the food, really eat the food, let it really settle with me, because I want to eat the food all day, and I don't want to stop eating. Like, my mouth is lonely for food. Don't make that weird. But you know what I mean? It's like, as soon as you take a bite of food, it's gone. You eat it, you swallow it, it's gone. Just for a moment, you taste it, and then it's gone. I mean, it's in your stomach, so maybe you feel full, but you know, like when it's really good tasting food, which I make my food taste good. Oh, I'm thinking about it. Let's get this done. I want to go and eat. So we're doing 205 bench press, last workout of the day. Get my music going. We got some good ear candy these days. Let's see, what am I bumping around here? Let me get my album. Yeah, this one. There you go. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's good. I like the tunes. I can dance to it, you know. I'm trying to get better at dancing, actually. And by trying, I mean I'm not doing anything about it, so I want to. Okay. Take it easy. We got it. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. So, you know, I feel weaker, but the thing is, let me sit up. Takes 2 hands to sit up. The thing is, when it comes to me feeling weaker, gotta consider I'm dropping weight. I started out the week, it's Thursday, I started out at like 125.8. I'm 125.1 pounds today. I'm out of breath of that. Yeah, so my weight's been going down, my body weight. But my workout weight has actually been pretty constant. So, you know, 205, when I weighed 140, 150, not impressive. When I was 150, I pushed 325. But now that I'm 125, and the weight, the bench press stays about the same, you could argue I'm stronger. Like, because I weigh less, so my body weight ratio to lifting ratio gets better. So, pretty good, pretty cool. That's a good way to think about it, at least. Even if it's not accurate, it helps my ego in a way to think, I'm not really getting weaker because I'm losing weight. So, that's the end of today's workout. I'm going to wrap this up, go home and eat. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, I'll see you next time. I love you. Cheers.